Hello, welcome to this lecture video. So we are going to talk about group design. So I'm teacher Melai. Okay, so what are the different group designs in experimental research? So our objective is to discuss the nature and the method of a single subject design, to differentiate among the group designs, the true pre-experimental, quasi-experimental, time series, factorial, counterbalance, and action research design. But for this video, our purpose only is to consider the pure experimental group designs. And of course, for the pure experimental designs, it is considered weak because it does not have built-in controls for threat and internal validity. So why? So these are the different pure experimental designs. We have the one-shot case study, single subject design. This means that you're going to consider only one group. It does not mean that single subject design will consider only an individual as a respondent but as one group only. And then for the other one, we have the one group pretest-posttest design, is still a single subject design, and the static group comparison design and static group pretest-posttest design. So for the first one, the one-shot case study or the single subject design, it is a single group exposed to a treatment. However, you're not going to give pretest. There are no pretests given, and there's no control, or rather, there's no control group. It is a design that is useful only for suggesting causal hypothesis, but does not provide a strong test of such hypothesis. And this is the another way of presenting the group, this type of group design. So we have the treatment, and after the treatment, you're going to have the observation. So observation here is the post-test. So treatment without, just the one group who will be given treatment and then who will be given post-test, but no pre-test. While for the one group pretest post-test design is still a single subject design, you just add the pretest as part of the original single subject design, wherein the one considered is only the post-test. So you have a before and after treatment, and it is just a design that is frequently used for testing changes in established products or marketing strategies. Pre-test observations are made of a single group of subject or a single test unit, then before they are given the treatment and finally given the post-test. So this is the illustration. So we have the pre-test, treatment, and post-test, or you can actually place here 0 sub 1 to emphasize that it is the first test given, then X refers to the treatment, and 0 is the post-test. Actually, even without writing the pre-test, treatment, post-test in this illustration, just 0 sub 1, X, and 0 sub 2, it already means that you're going to make use of that particular design. And usually this uh, illustration can be found in the research methodology wherein you are stating your research design. So if you stated there that you're going to use the one group pretest post-test design, then using an illustration is also good to be placed as a part of the design. Okay, next, the static group comparison design. So for the first two design, so we only considered one group, a single subject design. However, in the first one, there is a pretest, and then for the second one, there is a pretest and the post-test. While for the static group comparison design, this already involves two groups, so it consists of two groups. However, It is called static because the group are intact or already existing. So there is no randomization or matching of the two groups. So this is now the illustration. So X is the treatment and then post-test and then post-test. There is a space here which means that this is the control. In the science experiments, control means it's the absence maybe of the given treatment or just giving them water as alternative or as a control to the given or provided treatment. However, in educational researches, we cannot do that. So the space here means that the treatment given is the existing or the traditional method used by the teacher. So for example, if we're talking about the book, it can be the existing book and the other one is the module constructed or developed module by the teacher. So they are given the treatment and then they are given the post-test. But again, it's mainly post-test only. So for using that, it provides a better control over history, maturation, and regression threats. However, the effect might be through exposure in extraneous variable or maturation process because the group was not randomized. And it is more vulnerable to mortality, locality, and differential subject characteristics. So the groups may differ in number of subjects and the kind of resources provided. While for the static group pretest-posttest design, so you already included now pretest and post-test. And so you have two comparison, or rather you have a comparison between the treatment group and the control group. However, the problem again with this, that's why it's called the pure experimental, is that it is static, which means that there is no randomization or no matching. So this is the illustration. So we can illustrate this by placing. So pretest, treatment, post-test. So if you notice here, we have broken lines that divides the two, which means that the group was already formed before the experiment. So we have, they are provided with pretest, then they are given treatment. Again, this is a blank. It means that it's a control or use of a traditional or the existing method. And then they will be given post-test. So in analyzing the data, the post-test is deducted to pretest to see the gain or change in the score. So of course, some of the concerns here why there is a need to deduct is that what if the student really already know the topic and that he obtained a high score in pretest, and that's why he also again obtained high score in post-test, especially if you have a parallel test. Or what if the given treatment caused confusion to the student that instead of getting high score, he or she obtained a low score after given the treatment. So it's better to use the gain or the change in scores in analyzing the data when it involves already pretest and post-test. Okay, so in another video, we're going to use a software for us to answer some problems. So we need to craft what are the possible problems given that our target research methodology or rather experimental design is single subject design or the static group pretest-posttest design or static group design. Thank you for watching.